Good afternoon. Actually, well, my time, just barely afternoon. I thought I'd start a little early because, well, I was antsy. And I was looking at all the stuff that I want to do to the systems. So, we're currently in my, I think you'd pronounce it Sinewy system. But we are working on my HIP 24354 system. So, server tick happened. Actually, let's take a look. Let's get back to the UI. So, excuse me, having all kinds of sneezy problems. I'm not sure what the deal is. As you can see, you don't get paid a lot doing this colonization. My happiness value didn't go anywhere, despite the fact that the status all showed happy. I'm not sure what's going on there. Maybe I need to look into that deeper. But the score went up. I mean, we went, I think it was 40 last time. So I went to 45. And then the current system I'm in at the moment went to 28. I think it was 24 or so. So, slight bump. Got something stuck in my tooth that's driving me crazy. Blah, blah, blah. At any rate, so I've been looking at what I'm going to do with the system. I've talked about, one, my Coriolis, I think it's gone. I don't think it's coming back. So now the system, instead of a 2-orbit, 2-surface system, it's now a 1-orbit, 2-surface system. So I'm debating whether I'm going to build a Coriolis or if I'm going to go up to the next stage. I might go a tier 3. We'll see. It just takes a lot of materials to build out that tier 3, so that was the only concern I had. But, so the demo is done on the Surface port. What does that all mean? That all means that we look here. Come on, click. Oh, it's selected. No, there it goes. You get too many icons here and you can't click. So yeah, this is the system here, A5C. It used to be a 2 and 2. It's now a 1 and 2. And the demo of this system has gone through. Turns out I didn't look at the plan of that too well. I don't have enough points to put down my large port on the Surface yet, but I have a plan. So this was premature. I'm learning the system, much like a lot of people still, trying to figure it all out. But we're gonna leave this. I think it's technically an outpost. Yeah, port. Well, I guess it's a settlement port. It's a settlement. Any rate, the point is that the goal here is to add a large planetary port. If that actually goes down, well, no, that would be a tier 3, right? Large. I think that's a tier 3. Well, we'll see. When we go and dink around with what I'm going to do, we'll look at the values. But what I'm going to do instead is, if you look, I have a really cool system right here. This planet right here, B2. It's got 6 surface and 2 orbits. I thought it'd be really cool to put a farm here, agriculture. Expand into the agriculture. This would provide me with some of the stuff I was missing out of the ag. Specifically, I think I was looking for fruits and vegetables, so that I don't have to go 9 systems away just to provide that for my future building. I would prefer to come out of my system. Example. So my thought process started with something crazy. I was putting like 5 ag. What the heck were they called? Let me get the exact name. I've amended my strategy. To give you an idea. So I was looking at agricultural settlement large. And I was going to put 6 of them here to fill the 6 slots, just because I had 6 slots. So blah blah blah. You know, that would give me then quite a few tier 3 points. And with those points, I would not only do the large planetary port here, but I would also then put the mammoth thing here. So like if you, I'm just gonna pick an orbit to see show what I'm talking about. So under starport, you can go for the tier 3 stuff. And I might still do that, but look at material cost is crazy. Oh, it won't show. Oh, here it is. Yeah. 32,000 titanium. So, I move, I don't know. If you look at it, so my Panther Mark II's got approximately, a little over 1,000 units per. I mean, it's actually 1182, but you get what I'm saying. So that would be 10 trips for 10,000 units. This would be 30 trips just for titanium alone. Yeah, I don't know if I got it in me to do that. That's a long way for a payoff, but I still might do it because I get kind of crazy. And the benefit here, I forget what the point. Does it tell me? Hold on. I'm looking on. You don't see me turning my head here, but I'm looking at Raven. And so I was looking at an Oculus. What's its problem with that? Sorry, it's asking. Oh, not enough tier 3. Yeah, I know there's not enough tier 3. But my original plan included doing that, so we would get out of this score points plus 15 just for the base itself versus. Let me reload. Versus, I have it marked as a Coriolis at the moment. Yesterday I had it marked as the other. But a Coriolis only give me plus 8. But I don't know if I need a tier 3. You know what I mean? I might take that time and effort and put it into putting more bases together. We'll see. Anyway, point being, so the goal I'm thinking about with the Oculus, I would have had to put all 6 farms here to get the 3 points for the 3 tier 3 points, or sorry, the 6 tier 3 points for that, and the 6 tier 3 points for the large surface. That seemed a little. I don't know. It's not the points that bug me. It's the amount of stuff I would have to build. At any rate, I've amended that to, for now, I'm putting 4 farms on this location. 2 initially to get the surface port down. So we need to put the 2 farms down here. So the next couple days I'll be doing 2 farms here. And then I'll be working on the large surface port here. And then after that, I might hop around, do something else, but I will ultimately come back and then put 2 more farms down, which will give me 4 points, which would be enough for Coriolis, because I only technically have, I only have one missing Coriolis, and I don't have any other tier 2. So I would, it would be 2 points, I think, in order to change out this cell landing. Oh, that's the other thing is, I would have to demo that, and that takes 5 days to disappear. So while those 5 days are going, I could potentially do the ag on this in that time, which would give me the resource points, and then I could plop down the Coriolis, or I could take even more time, put 2 more farms down here, and I'd have enough for the big one. But like I said, I don't know if the benefit's there, right? I mean, yeah, okay, you get double the score, and you probably get more of everything, right? And including the negative on security, which means that in order to keep my security up, I may have to add in more military positions. I don't know. Anyway, there's that system. And then in my current system, I have a plan. Delay. So I was looking at this. So the HIP. I always forget the number. I'm terrible. 24354. I'm leaning toward to get some more agriculture. And if you remember my previous recording, I was saying I'm low on agriculture and I'm low on high tech. There was one other thing with the weapons, and I got to see where I'm at with that. But one thing we'll worry about that later. 3 things, 2, 3. I'm going to worry about the 2 things at the moment. So and then so back to where is it? It's here somewhere. I lost it. Yeah, right here. So this is an interesting body here. If you look, this actually has, oh, you can't see it here, but I added a screen. Hold on. Bam. Let's go here. So I was tinkering around with this and I got this working. So if you look, gotta wait for my, hold on. Gotta get it to scroll bars to start working because, reasons. There they go. Anyway, so that same area that I was pointing in game, right here, I have not put it into the plan yet, but I'm toying with, not that, I'm toying with putting surface either a biosettlement large in there, which would give me more tier 2s, because look at the conversion, taking one tier 2, getting more tier 3s. This would take tier 2 and give me a tier 3. So I could put 1 there, and then I was looking into what that unlocks too. So there's this little thing here that says, hey, this unlocks, this. And then I was also looking at, where's the other one? There's another that gives you 2 tier 2s. And it's blue. I don't see it. Scientific hub, no. Anyway, you get the idea. So I'm trying to gather some resource or some colonization points of tier 3 to do a bigger base in this system as well. So my thought is that I could drop in a couple of high-tech producers. And so if I put like this in here, and I think I have them. I have the tier 2 CPs to do it, and that would then provide me some. Oh, it's not showing it. There it is. So it would provide me some high tech, and then that will affect. If you go, no, maybe. I'm in the wrong one. There it is. I was looking for this. I couldn't find it. So then that would provide me, a weak link in the high tech. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, it already has a weak link in high tech anyways. If you look here. It would just boost this. This high tech would go up to like 45% as opposed to 40%. I don't know. It's a thought. We are getting pretty strong in the military too. I could do that as well. We just dropped a military large settlement, which I think it provided. Yeah. I should go and look at what our weapons are getting. At any rate, you get the idea. But that's that's going to take some more future thinking. I have plenty to do before then. I'll work on the first system. That'll be a couple weeks worth of work anyways. So, yeah. I'm excited. So we're going to go and scout out and drop in the first agriculture farm in HIP 24354. So you get to come along with me. I know, lucky you. Not. Let's go there. I don't know why I keep trying to press around here. It's there's where I use my Manolay to do this just because it's fast. It's a medium ship. I can get around really quick. Did I uncheck that? Looks like I did. I had it checked. Still debating whether I like the Mandalay better for exploring or if I like my Caspian better. I kind of lean toward the Caspian just because I have two SRVs, and so when I run out of fuel in one or damage it by, you know, something happened, I have a backup, especially when I'm a couple thousand light years away. So, let's go to B2, I think is what it was. It's this one, whatever it is. Yeah, B2. Yeah, my Coriolis never came back, so I'm not sure how that works out. I mean, I didn't imagine building it. I actually built it and did everything. Now, the one thing I did do is I renamed it a couple times, and I'm wondering if that just broke something. And I do have a ticket. Never heard back from him yet. I'm sure they get a bazillion tickets. And that's why I kind of thought about doing a tier 3. I just don't know if I have it in me to do all that hauling. And I don't know, even with my friends' help, I don't know if they would be interested in doing it. Plus, I could go broke doing it. Because what is that? It's like 4 or 5 times the Coriolis. The cool thing about this is check out the is this the one? No, this isn't the one. It's the other one. So the other one, the other system, the one I was looking at doing the high tech, is it's got 2 planets and they're, it looks like they're in orbit of each other. It's really kind of cool looking. I think this one doesn't have that. I don't know, I get confused after a bit. Yeah, this one's just by itself. See if we can find a cool place to put down a farm. Not that it matters. I guess you don't really land at it later after it's finished, but... I think I have enough to put both farms down, so I think I'm going to do that right off the bat. So we'll put 2 farms down. That'll give me enough points for the large port. And then we'll go in whatever many days that'll be, 4 or 5 days. Then we'll go to the and drop the large port down in A5C. I'll leave the Coriolis or the Oculus decision to later. Oh, this is the dark side. Let's put something on that. I just want to see what I'm doing. But I think at some point too, I want to. I'll keep scouting for new systems, but I want to start another system at some point. I'm not sure what I should be looking for. It's kind of why I'm going through this exercise with the building out the systems more. Oh, look at that! It's 2.57 gravity, so this is going to be interesting. Normally we have point something gravity. Can't wait to take the Panther here and see how it operates in the heavy gravity. Should be interesting. This looks like a good spot. We'll see what the actual details of the planet look like. They don't fall right out of the sky. At 2, you shouldn't. I saw somebody online talking about like something with 64G. That's gotta be nuts to land at. Alright, here we come. Hope we don't face plant. I was gonna look for the geology as well and see if I couldn't put one of the farms near it just cause. Glide engaged. That looks like a hill. It is. Or a mountain. Technically, I guess. Cool place to put something, maybe. I was just curious what that was. Let's go check it out. Nothing. Just unusual. Alright. Let's look for a place to put our stuff. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Yeah, this will be cool. Let's go over here somewhere. I see vents. Yeah, I know proximity. Let's go on this plateau right here so we have a nice view of the geologic thing. This looks good. Alright. Hopefully we don't fall out of the air or anything. Alright, so this is a settlement technically. And agriculture. So I was gonna go, these are tier, because I think tier 1 is not what I'm looking for. Maybe it is. No, it might be. Excuse me. Let's see, which one do we like better? That's kind of neat looking, huh? Go series. Ooh, look how big this thing is. And we'll put it right at the edge of that geologic outcropping. That looks good. So please get out of here. All right, let's go look for another location. We'll go up in the atmosphere, come back down, and then we need to land at each one of them so that I can synchronize Raven. You're still mass locked. Oop, I'm over backwards here. Over here. All right, my bad. Let's get up back in the air, and we'll find another place to come in. Maybe on the other side. Let's get out of the atmosphere here. Get into the orbit. I think it's orbit cruise level. And then we can orbit around and find where we want to come down in again. I didn't realize the farm was so big. I guess it makes sense. I mean, it is a farm. We'll do the other type for the other one just to see how they compare. Just cause. Alright, we're in the orbit here. Let's lean it over. Let's find some place to go. How about over here? There should be plenty of room. Slow down a little. Then we'll hop back up and then go visit the other one, land, get it synchronized, and then go back up and hop back to this one and get it synchronized, and then we can head back to the carrier. I have the carrier positioned right at Douglas Station, or Douglas Enterprise, so I can start getting materials. Because my Coriolis in this system is gone. But once I get this all straightened out, or maybe even in between, I'll go hunting for another system. I don't know. I might mix it up just to break things up a little too. And I can have a plan in two, 3 systems. May have to do, in order to actually get a system, I may have to do a couple bridge systems to get out. Because everything I've been finding local, it's been kind of meh. Wow, this is a large flat area according... We'll see how flat it is when we get down there, but wow. Okay. You saw that flash, right? The blue is all from the initial scanning. It'll switch now. Alright, what do we got? Ooh, what's this? I think it's just an indentation. I don't know that it's that special. What else we got around here? There's stuff over there I might want to look at. I just saw the pink. I was like, wonder what's here. You gotta get low enough so that it'll render. I was just curious if there's anything interesting here. Alright, I think I'm close enough now. You can stop at some point here. Yeah, there's nothing really that special. Alright, let's head over. What's that? Oh, it looks like a vent like that other one. I was gonna go look at the outcropping, or the large one in the distance there. There was something I want to look at. Otherwise we can come back to this. Oh, there's stuff everywhere, look. Ooh. A little bit of hitch there. Saw something in the distance over here. Looks like it's just was nothing. It was just a dithering of the landscape. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Climb. We were suddenly having issues. We can slow down. I did that before. I actually, did a barrel roll, and I ended up crashing into the planet. You gotta be careful. I'm pushing up, but it's not going. This kind of looks neat over here. See if there's anything on the ground I can park something on or near. We could land, I suppose. I do have my SRV on me. It's not that interesting, though. Alright, we're gonna look over here just because this wasn't that interesting. I know, I'm just putting down a farm, but I think we'll put it in this little valley here. Or not valley, but between all these hills here. Technically not a valley. I haven't heard when the foot operations stuff is supposed to come out. I'm still interested in I don't know. I mentioned before I can only do salvage. If I try to do anything more, I get my butt kicked. But I'm still interested in trying to learn that and get better at that. Somewhere in here, maybe. Come on, let's put something on the ground that's interesting. I may give up and just put it down. Like my military bases that I put down, I put them in a crater just because. I'll probably never go back and visit them, but I'll remember that, you know, they're in a crater. Yeah. Looking like there's really nothing that spectacular. Ooh, what's that? Yeah, the more I think about the tier 3 orbital, I'm really leaning toward just putting a tier 2 up and spending the time adding a new system and materials. Because I kind of want to do, so the next system what is, look at that. That's a weird shape. Let's go over there. Oh, it's just the shadowing. Never mind, it's just a hill. Or hill. It's a mountain. Whatever. All I saw was the white, but then I started looking at the shadows, and it's like, it's just because, yeah. We'll go over by the pyramid that's over here. See this pyramid in the distance? I guess they're all technically pyramids. Or pyramid-like. But yeah, so I think the next system, aside from bridge systems, I think I'm just going to put down just a regular old station portal, I guess it's called. Station port? Whatever. The tier 1. You know, just drop that as an anchor and call the system good and go on to the next 15 light years. Been reading about the BGS stuff and how to influence it on this in your system. I'm still not quite sure what I would need to do. I'm sure it's a mission or two of something in order to get it started in the system, but I think that would be kind of fun, just to add even more flavor to the system. I know. Just put down the the farm and get moving. I don't know, I'm just looking for inspiration, I think. Oh, hey, look. Another view seller. Don't you love them? There's a cool video to discuss how they do all that. It's crazy. They take a bunch of old cell phones and then they power them through a kind of like how they the Bitcoin miners are putting all those cards in a single system. Very similar. And then they got a program that can contact all the different cell phones to control them. And that's how they control all the views. They have racks and racks of these things. And so the cost is pretty, not cheap, but it's cheaper because you're using a bunch of old cell phones. I'm assuming it's just a bunch of Android phones. And they're just controlling their web browser by way of some kind of proxy app that goes on the cell phone. Kind of reminds me of the old days when people would control multiple computers from a single Hive-like program for, multiple World of Warcraft accounts. And that one guy that would do, he could do a, what was it? It wasn't 24, but it was pretty high, the number of people he could run at one time. Like 16 or something like that. It was crazy. Careful. Don't run into a hill. Really nothing out here, huh? Maybe I'll just put it in the pink plains over here. Really nothing left, nothing right. Okay. We're gonna just put it here. We'll give up. One of the other ones can be more fancy. Okay, it was a settlement we decided. It was an agriculture settlement. And we did a certain, so we'll do this one here. And where should we put it? Over by this thing looks kind of cool. Oh, that's right. I clicked, and you don't click. You have to hit the V key, which is annoying. Placement succeeded. All right. Let's go mark the, synchronize Raven with the other one. We'll come back to this one and synchronize it. And then we'll set up our... Oh, harpoons. I'm like, what the heck? Okay, where's the escape? Oh, it's up here. Just waiting for orbital cruise. Let's get to the list here. We're in orbital cruise. Slow down. Oh, you know, I think we get the points immediately, don't we? I should look. I was reading that in the guide. We'll have to see. Maybe you don't. Maybe you only. Maybe it was only talking about spending. Ooh, not bad that time. Yeah, I think that these two bases, that'll probably take me a couple days, like 4. Hey, it's going back up. Weird. Touchdown. Come on. There it goes. Alright, that's one. Let's synchronize. And all you do to synchronize, I can do it on here. Let me turn this back on. Turn the Raven sight on. Turn the interaction on. Go to system. Oh, hold on. We got to get the scroll bars activated. I don't know why it does that, but it does. Did not activate them yet. Let's switch. There it goes. So, I mean, I guess technically I could have done it at this level. I gotta do my sort order. They're all confused. So we are docked. So all you do is you press this dock button. I am docked here. Agriculture 4 max. That doesn't sound right, does it? Hold on. I thought we did Circes or whatever. All right, let's take a look. Should be able to see it here. Yeah, large agriculture settlement series. Let's go back to here. It doesn't auto detect that. It's kind of annoying. I should have paid better attention. Guess you have to toggle that. So theoretically, this one, it's not 4 max though. It's this one. That would bug me forever if I didn't do that. It doesn't matter for anything except for, yeah. You get the idea. All right. So that one's all set up. It's a series. Series? I don't know. I'm terrible at pronunciation. Let's go get the other one. Come on. You can do it. God, I'd hate to see what even higher G would be. Probably have to really tune up the vehicle so that it could get off the planet. Alright, we've been there, so we want to go here now. This one's called Mulford. I don't really care the names of these. They're just farms. You wouldn't be visiting them once they're built. Let's get in the air a little bit. Don't see anything. Oh, it's up here somewhere. There it is. Alright, we gotta go orbit a little bit. Since these produce tier 3, they're tier 2 farms, so even though it's large and there's nothing bigger than large in the farms, I think. There may be something in the orbital category, I don't know. Once again, I'm still learning. Let's hover a little bit. Okay, we're good. Come in. Slow down. And did we do the right thing here? We'll find out. That's funny, I have it open on a web browser on another screen and it didn't update. Okay, there it goes. It is cool though that I finally figured out how to display it on OBS. Less hand waving at that point. A little bit off. Oh yeah, I was gonna look at the resources. I'll do that after I get this synchronized. And do too many things at once, I'll do many things bad. Whoa. So what was that all about? It was in the middle of... Huh. That is so weird. Docking computer's odd. I really need to learn to better land. I'd be on the ground so much faster. But a lot of times I like to just check out while I'm doing some of this heavy moving of material though, you know, or just talk about something else. And I don't know if I've mentioned it before, but when I get talking, I don't do well with tasks. They have to be very rudimentary, otherwise they don't happen well. Touchdown. All right, let's get this next one. I'll show. It's the same idea. Turn on interaction. We'll go to the system. I like this view better. And we'll grab this one here, and we did not set it, so hopefully it will figure it out. So we're docked. All right, hold on, cancel. Turn this off for, wait a minute. Just verifying that it is, because like I said before, this will drive me crazy if I, yep, it's 4 NACs. Okay, back to interact. I am docked, and it's 4 NACs. So it does it synchronization so that I can set up everything. So there we go. They're both gold. So then you can actually go, because they're set like that, you can go into the build menu. Let's do this one first. I'll set it primary. I'll add my fleet carrier to it. This silly thing. Don't show this, go away. Alright, so that's set. The only thing I haven't set is, so I have friends that I'll add. Let's see if I can do it from here or not. Yep. Wasn't sure if that worked or not. I hadn't tried that yet. Alright, so this is all set. Usually then what I'll do is I'll I set the primary. Usually then I'll set up buy orders for the materials. I won't do that at the moment. Let me turn this off now. Press the wrong button. There we go. So we're all good here. I have another view. Here it is, build. So here it is. So then in the lower right there, I have just a quick snapshot of the current active projects I'm building and the materials required. And so we will head over to the carrier, which is back in this system here. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna look at. So we only have 3. Wait, that doesn't seem right. Okay, so we don't get the points until they're actually officially built. I thought that was the way it operated. So we'll get, what is it, 4? We'll get 4 more from those 2 farms. That'll give me 7. Then that means I'll have 7 tier 3s, and I need 6 to plop down this. The large planetary port on this planet. Did I set? Thought I did. Yeah. And the way I usually do my building is like I said, I go set up the buy orders and put the carrier next to a source, well, theoretically a source of the majority of them. And then once it's full, so we'll have to do this. I was hoping to jump right out of the atmosphere, but can't. Once that's fulfilled, the buy orders are all done, then I jump the carrier close to this part, and then I'll do sell orders, and put it right next to, you know, where you make the money, so to speak. And a lot of times I'll do the buy orders and sell orders, and if my friends have time to help, they'll help. If they don't, I will just, you know, do them and sell them to the carrier to keep them synchronized. So it's fairly easy. And then for money, I just go exploration. Try to go out, you know, over 1,000 light years out and try to hopefully discover a system or find a first footfall out there. Make enough money, come back. You know, if that doesn't work, then I can always go back to mining. That's how I made most of my money initially in this game. It was just being a miner. The one guy I watched, I can't remember his name now. I'm terrible with names, so it's not surprising. But he does pretty well at, you know, like with an hour of work, maybe even less, he's pulling in 10, 15. Oops. I naturally try to honk the system every time I go somewhere. It's just a habit I picked up from doing so much exploration. One bad thing about my systems is the main port of sale or buy or whatever you want to call it is a fair distance in. You know, you can see here. SEO makes it not as bad, but you know, for anybody new coming in, it's kind of rough. It's a long trip from the star. I think both of them are like that too. Maybe someday I'll find a perfect system. Doubt it, but hey, could happen. These kind of serve my purpose though, now that I've, you know, gotten them to a certain point. Except for, you know, as I mentioned earlier, the agriculture, medicines, and weapons were my main ones. There's 4, and I can't remember what the other one was at the moment. But it was the ones I have to go seeking. And I always run market connector for everything so that other people can see that the stuff is available in the system. I think what I'll do is we'll go pick up the Panther. We'll go look at what's at Douglas Enterprises for materials and see how that goes. And maybe I'll set up buy orders. I don't know. We'll see. Kind of running long. Did I park those in the right place? I don't think I did. We'll find out where I'm at. I might have left this back where I may have not jumped this to Douglas Enterprise. I should have. I didn't think about that until just now. I think this is still sitting where we finished up the base. That's okay. I'll run through, if that's true, then I'll run through the buy orders and set the jump. Military barracks, yeah, kind of looks like I did. I left it here. I didn't mean to. I meant to put this over by Douglas Enterprises. I'm lazy. I always use docking computer. No, I know. What can I say? So let's see where we're at. Yeah. Back to this lands. It's okay. No big deal. $17 minutes. All right, so we'll put up our buy orders. Huh. Thought it's not showing the stuff. No big deal. I'll just pull it up on my monitor over here. Which one did I pick for the default? Let's find out. Nope, it's not that one. This one. Okay. So buy order wise, I have some stuff already. Under chemicals, we need to buy liquid oxygen, which I think my system provides. Buy, and then I usually do 15 over galactic average, just cause as a round number. I want to incentivize somebody to help me, and that's why I probably could go broke doing a tier 3. So 16.3. I picked this up from what the going rate was in theory. Wow, that actually landed on the exact amount I need. And then pesticides, that's a new one. Oh, I guess farm, huh? So 15.4. And this is just my quick way. I don't want to figure out all the math. I just add 15 to the galactic average. Plus, like I said, my friends are newer at the game, so it helps them too. Uh, 8. It's kind of boring, but I do wish I could just type in the values instead of, you know, ratcheting them up, but surface stabilizers. You know how it goes. And I'm not precise about it. I just get close to it. You know, 168 surface stabilizers. Now I could do all the buy orders, you know, but I don't know. It's easier to track with one build at a time, so to speak. Okay, we have enough evacuation shelters, survival equipment. And this might be more than I probably should be spending. I don't know. I grabbed the numbers from other people doing stuff and kind of whittled it down to something that was simple for me. Food cart. Oh, yeah. So these are the ones that are a pain. Food, not food cartridges, but the fresh fruits and vegetables I need. And this time I need grain, so I don't have any idea how hard that's going to be to chase down. And the goal with those farms is so that I would have a source of those in theory. Hopefully. Maybe I'm wrong. But it seems reasonable. Fruit and vegetables. All right. How do we need? 189. And I've screwed up a couple times on setting these up because my mind starts to wander as I'm doing this because this is kind of boring. Me and boring don't get along very well. Grain. And by paying so much, I hope to entice others to do the work for me, so to speak. A lot of times what happens is my friends help me load the carrier, but they don't have time to always offload it. So I end up doing it. But offloading's easier than loading, though. And ceramics, we have that on the planet surface. 15.4. Actually, both systems have it on the surface. Need 84 of these. Be cool if I could like have a tool that would take these numbers and plop them in immediately. But I don't think we have access to that. Polymers. Looks like I have 3 of them on me. But I am not going to spend the time. Oh, it's an easy 273. I need 270 then. I was just about to say I'm not going to do the math, but since it's a easy math. I'd rather go, rather than, I would rather pay somebody to load the carrier for me and then go exploration to pay for it than to do it. I can offload fairly easy. That's just a head down moment. Fabricators. 17.2. 36. $17.2. Yeah, could you imagine just writing a plugin that would just adopt whatever formula you want? You just click, done. But I'm sure they did that on purpose so that you couldn't automate everything. Emergency power cells. $252. Oops. And what's great about my systems currently is like anything metal I have, no problem. That usually is the big numbers. 252. Speaking of the big numbers, here comes aluminum. $16.77. Copper. Oops. Sometimes it's fast, sometimes it's too slow. Copper, only 63. Copper we never really need a lot of on anything I've built so far. Oh, yeah, that reminds me. I was looking at adding a bar to one of my systems. I want to do that just because. Not because it does anything for me. I just want one. 19.1. Oh, stop. Look at that. I was like getting closer and closer and then zip. How many I need? 2304. Oh, I hate when I do that. So I can't, so I right clicked by accident because my finger was hovering. 19.4. Jeez. And when you right click, you get out of this menu. And that's happened to me a couple times. Because you get tired of, I don't know, I get bored and tired of concentrating on what we're doing because it's very mundane, if you will. Weird, I know. All right. Technology. Computer components. I think maybe this might be part of the problem I have. System-wise of getting materials. We'll find out. Computer components 42. The answer to everything. Structure regulators. $168. Land enrichment systems. That's a new one. $210. And, oh, another new one. Under waste. Bio waste. What? You need bio? Oh, maybe that's fertilizer. Yeah, we need, ooh, holy crap. A lot more than I would expect. 840. All right, buy orders are set. Three minutes left. All right, let's get inside. Just in time. Ooh, let's disembark. See if we can run to the front. Oh, it won't let me. Bummer. I was gonna try to run to the front, but it won't let me. Aw. I don't know why they just don't put the front view of the command deck right here rather than what they got, you know? So according to the stats here, it's going to take 8 trips with my current Panther to load up the carrier and then offload. Because I do, yeah, like I was mentioning earlier, I load the carrier all up at once and then I jump the carrier next to the system. I found that that's actually quicker than, even though the systems are next to each other, doing the whole flight in the vehicle. Yeah, that's so funny. I almost made it to the command deck, but it went nope. So once this lands, then I guess I could have just flown to the station and let the carrier show up later. But now you see how I mean, this is how I operate. I don't know if that's how everybody's doing it, but this is my pattern. And here we go. 3, 2, 1. And I think it only costs me, minimal amount of fuel because it's not really going that far. And 100,000, I think, for the, I don't know, whatever you got to pay for that just cost, whatever. It's really not that bad. And when I'm getting low on fuel, I know a system that's nearby. I can go get some tritium. Couple hours worth of work, and I can fill an empty carrier. We're here. There's Douglas Enterprise. And we'll go check out the stocks and update it all. The only thing I haven't checked is, and I'll check when we land, is if I set it for private or not. Because a lot of times I'll set it for private for when it's offloading, just to close that loop, because otherwise somebody could roll in with a carrier and buy all the stuff I have at the price I do in order for somebody to make money because of the way the system works. I sell it for cheap, and that way my friends still, well, yeah, my friends can still make money. But this avoids that, because you can't offload it. And I end up doing most of the offloading anyways. Yep, I know. Docking computer again. I can't help it. Oh. We can turn this off. I don't think I'm going to continue. I could have done a load, but I didn't think of it until just now. I think I'm going to be probably doing some exploration later anyways. So let's take a look at what we have here in comparisons to what we need. So I'm curious about the bio waste. Oh, look at that, we have it. That's cool. How about the other ones that are new to me? Land enrichment, that's under technology. Oh, that's there. Wow, scary. Crop harvesters under machinery. Did I even put that in there? I don't remember now. Machinery, crop. Oh, look at that. Nice. What else? Let's look under food. Yeah, see here, food. I only got food cartridges, so I'll have to find a source for both grain and fruit and vegetables. But I'm hoping that my other system will have it once we get the farm going, right? What else? We need liquid oxygen, no problem. Pesticides, no problem. Surface stabilizers, no problem. So the other thing I think I was mentioning earlier, if you go down here, weaponry, I don't think I have anything here, but I might have something surface level. We'll have to look. I mentioned the food. I think I had to go looking for these the other time, but we have those in stock at the moment. Not very many. The medicines, yeah, that I'll have to go because I only have these. Those come in for like military bases that I was doing earlier. And the weapons for military bases. So, yeah. See if I have anything happen in here. Oh. Yeah, don't want that. When you look at this, you look at the claim capabilities. You know, I've looked at a lot of the systems in the area, and they're really not that worthwhile. That's all you got is these, you know, from here. And then from my other base, it'll be, you know, that little extra to the left or right, depending on how you look at it. So, but we'll worry about that later. I think this is a good conclusion point. Hope you had a little fun coming along with me. Maybe you learned a few things that's going on. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. If I'm doing something wrong, drop me a line. Let me know if I should do something different. So I hope you have a great day and or evening